Who's going first?
Me. Hello, hello. Hey, everyone. Welcome to the Simply She podcast live. And this is episode 63, Becoming an Unstoppable Woman. And this is the chapter name Reveal. I'm your host, Crystal Vernay. And today we're going to be meeting my lovely co authors and giving you a sneak peek into the anthology and also our chapter names. We're keeping you in a little bit of suspense here. So just a few reminders about StreamYard and also the fact that we're live. So there's no pause, there's no rewind, and we are definitely unfiltered here on the Simply She podcast. So we want audience participation. So please drop your questions and comments into the description or the comment section of the live. We would love to hear from you. Just remember that you have to allow StreamYard access to Facebook in order to be able to leave comments under your name. So you can still leave comments if you don't do that, but we just won't be able to see who you are. But we would love to see you, call you by name. Don't be shy. We'll definitely be taking questions. All right, so I really just want to go ahead and roll right into introductions and let you guys meet the authors of Becoming an Unstoppable Woman. And we'll start with Hannah.
Hi, everyone. My name is Hannah Olivas, and I am the co-founder of She Rises Studios and the producer, publisher, I don't know if that's what we'd call it, but of the Becoming Unstoppable Woman book that's coming out. And I'm also an author in one of the chapters.
Awesome. Thanks, Hannah. And we'll go
Thank
to
you.
Nicole.
Hi guys, I'm Nicole Curtis, and I am a founder and owner of Kapow Media LLC, and I am a powerhouse mindset coach, speaker, soon to be author here, which I'm so excited about, a social media mentor, and I am also one of the authors in the Becoming Unstoppable book, and I'm so excited about it.
Awesome. And Jamie.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jamie Bolduck. I live in Baxter, Minnesota. The name of my chapter is Infinitely Resilient. And I'm also a healthcare worker and an inventor, entrepreneur.
Awesome. Thanks, Jamie.
Yeah.
Awesome. So you guys know me. I'm the She Commander, Crystal Renee. And, hailing from Fort Washington, Maryland, business coach, a lot of things, pole studio owner, aerialist, podcaster, speaker, also an author, but author times two with this new anthology project. I'm really excited for you guys to just have a chance to meet these amazing women. This is just a small slice of our cadre this evening, but definitely want to give you guys the opportunity to meet and ask questions. So I'll go ahead and roll right into the questions. Actually, I have some questions prepared. So I just want to know from each of you, what have you all enjoyed most about this experience so far?
Oh man. I'll go with that. It's really it's pushed me completely out of my comfort zone in a lot of different areas, which I love because I always love evolving. I always strive to be the best woman that I could be every day. It's actually my mantra in the morning when I wake up. I always ask myself, Nicole, be better today than you were yesterday. And so it's definitely been a journey for me, an experience of just pushing through that comfort zone, doing things that you haven't done before, and falling and failing in that, and what the power of that has in your life. And it's been an incredible journey. I can't even put it into words exactly how this experience has just led me to also really know a lot more about myself, and just that real diving into that inner power, and having this book allow me to speak truth and how powerful that is. And so it's just been a great, incredible journey so far. And it honestly has just begun.
Awesome. Thanks so much. So whoever wants to go next, feel free, jump in.
I think for me, I think my favorite part of this whole journey has been Just that myself and Adriana were able to have an interview with each of you, going through the selection process and really getting to know each one of you and aligning with you and just seeing you as a group grow as authors, but also as individuals. I love working with all of you and just and reading the chapters that have come in so far. Um, I love watching the inspiration that you guys give each other and us as a whole. But I just love the fact that each of you were willing to share your journey on becoming an unstoppable woman with the world. Like that was your gift to the world. And so I think for me, it's just like a full circle of gratitude, just watching all of this happen. All of, these are things that I had spoken with Adriana a year ago, and they hadn't even come into fruition yet. And now it's all coming into fruition, and it's at an unstoppable growth, hence the unstoppable woman. So I think the biggest blessing for me has just to be able to align with all of you, get to know all of you, and be a part of such an amazing book, but a journey. It's more than a book. It's an actual movement. It's a journey. And I feel like when we were selecting, and we interviewed so many people, and we're like, it's not that they weren't good. It wasn't that. It was just we wanted them to have this passion, and we couldn't explain to them how to have that passion. It's just something that you have to have, and each one of you did. So it was just all in alignment. So it's been just a beautiful gift to see all that.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Hannah. That means so much, guys. But
Right,
just got me tearing up here. About to tear
right,
up
me
here.
too.
It's like, oh my goodness. What about you, Jamie?
I the biggest thing for me about this has actually been seeing myself grow. I definitely have stepped out of my comfort zone, and um I have like this internal drive to inspire other people and help them in any way I can. And um it's just like this little family of you guys, like it's just been amazing. I can't wait to meet you guys.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. I just
Yes.
have, yeah, it's like a clear vision of what I want to do. And, writing this, I have also learned a lot about myself. And, you're talking about things that, well, some of us may, I know I did, I talked about things that I haven't talked about in probably 20 years, you
Mhm.
know, so I'm like growing through it.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yes, you definitely have. I can say that. 100%. I've seen such a difference in all of you, from day one to now. So I
That's
think it's
because of
pretty
you, Hannah.
awesome. Honestly, it's like I think it's just um, we're just involved with such an amazing group of women in this book. Who, that's what I was saying. We all inspire each other. We all empower each other. We're not. My biggest thing is we're collaborating. We're not competing. We're
Mm-hmm.
on the same team.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
so, therefore, we're able to bring our gifts and talents collectively on a global level for other women to be able to receive those.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Absolutely. I think for me, the thing that I most enjoyed is what I would call the exhale. So in that I haven't quite shared all of my story yet, and so this is the beginning for me to do that. I'm also in the process of writing my personal book, so this was kind of the training wheels, so to speak, in getting my complete story or portions of my story out there and getting outside of my comfort zone, as some of you all have mentioned. But being able to kind of share that story was an exhale for me, very therapeutic, and also knowing that I'm writing this to help other women become unstoppable. So that is
Mm-hmm.
what I most enjoy. And also just working with each of you. You're all just like a lovely bunch of people, definitely a family vibe. So I really appreciate that. Family of choice is very big to me. And so I'm very been very intentional this next chapter of my life in being in having that family of choice around. So I appreciate that.
Yay.
So what have you guys learned? What have you learned so far in the process?
Ooh, I've learned time management. I've learned time management, deadlines, 2,500 words firm. Um, no, I I think I've learned how to be more um, efficient, self-sufficient. Um, most of you guys know I'm going through a really huge health challenge. And so I've learned to pour that energy, that fear, that sadness of what's going on personally into the book and into the project itself. And so it's taught me to be, to persevere more, to have more strength, to be more brave, um, and to not limit my possibilities.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
My turn.
Oh yeah, go ahead, Jamie. All you.
I have learned patience. I have to give myself more patience because I have none. And grace and not to stress. It's not worth it because it's everything that I have stressed about, there literally was zero reason to. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what I've learned.
I think the most thing that I've learned is to allow myself to just be me in it and not really the whole competing thing. It's just no, I already have everything inside of me, and so I don't need to seek anything out from other people, especially in writing my chapter. I'm almost done with it. It's been a process for me. Because it's 2,500 words, so it's like, man, I can talk about all kinds of stuff, but it's just giving myself the permission to just let it come from me, and just dive into myself, and not think it has to be a certain way or look a certain way, or think that oh, you have to delete that and change that. You know what I mean? Like, it's just been a huge thing for me, just really, I guess, going to the next level of stepping into my power is really how to kind of put it simple. I guess.
Absolutely. I think for me, just people. I learned that people are ready. Like I think, especially now with everything that's going on in the world, people are ready to hear a message like this. And so, it's kind of like to me, it's like perfect timing. Everything's in alignment. And, I have people asking me already, like, when's the book coming out? I'm definitely going to make sure I get my copy. And I want you to sign it. Just that, I'm just like, it's like such an amazing feeling. But I think there's just overall like the awareness that there's like a readiness for the message that all 25 of us are going to share. So I definitely appreciate that. And with that being said, what message would you guys give the audience? What do you want to impart?
Well, it's a big question.
I think that's an awesome question.
Yeah, it is. It's a big question. It's a great question. It's one that I ask myself every day in the work that I do. I think for me, it's having telling you women to allow yourself to be who you want to be and do what you want to do, and not limit yourself, and really seek out creating, establishing that self-love, that self-respect, that worthiness internally and not outerly, and especially not into other people. Because you are your greatest strength, you're your greatest power, and it needs to come within. um, because for a long time, I lived the other way. I allowed myself to have tape over my mouth, and I was quiet, and I didn't speak my truth as much as what I should have. And I always worried about what people would think and say. And so it's really just giving yourself that permission to dive internally, to stand, to get up, rise up, to take a step forward, basically raise your sword, slay your demons, and just become an unstoppable woman. It's all in here. You just have to give yourself permission to let it out.
I think for me, what I hope that they take as a whole from each one of the chapters in the book is that this book is being created for all women. It's not just a woman entrepreneur. It's for the single mom. It's for the married woman. It's for the woman who's facing chronic illness. It's for the woman who is dealing with anxiety and depression. It's for the woman who is in the corporate world. It's for the grandmother who decides she wants to go back to college. The whole message and premise of the book is becoming an unstoppable woman. And I think we are all unstoppable, but it's that we're going to teach and share how to own that power and how to step into that power and leave out the limiting beliefs, leave out even though we all as women hear that fear come in, or I'm not good enough, or I'm this, or I'm that. I think we're being open and authentic in each of our chapters, just sharing real life things that have brought us to where we are now versus where we even were, 6 months ago or 5 years ago. And so I hope that when women pick this book up, as soon as they close, they read the very last chapter, they close it and they do exhale. And then they begin this new journey, and it's going to look different to them. It's going to feel different to them. And my other hope is that it's global, that this is a movement that is global, that we're reaching, women from all over the world, different cultures, and teaching them strength. We're educating them, we're celebrating them, and we're getting rid of that, stigmata of having to compete with each other, and all these crazy things that society has put on us, that we see each other as equals and not as competition, that we're all these fierce, unstoppable women.
Mm-hmm.
Jamie?
Oh, sorry. Yes, my message to everybody would be, no, seriously, no matter how deep the water gets, in the messy middle of things, you're not going to drown. You don't owe anybody any explanation for why you do what you do or who you are. Authenticity is number one. And you don't need validation from anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Just live your best life.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's my message.
Guys, I don't know how I'm going to follow that up. You guys said some some deep things, but I think I'll sum it up. I think for me, the message that I want to impart is to never let anyone dim your light or steal your light. And the reason why I say that is because similar to Nicole, I lived that way for a long time. I would let other people come in and just extinguish my flame so quickly, without them even knowing me or not really a reason. And so I would kind of let that drive my actions and the way that I live my life. And then I realized that the reason that they were doing that is because standing next to me, I shined a lot brighter. And
Yes.
that's I'm better than them, but just overall, they felt like they had to diminish me in order to make themselves look better. And so, for me, it was difficult because it was actually family that was doing that. And so, for the women who, I know we all have different stories, but I just want to encourage people, no matter who it is, don't let anyone extinguish your flame. So that's my message that I want to impart to everyone.
Woo! That's awesome.
Yes.
I think that's beautiful.
Yes. So I do want to, I'm going to ask for questions. I know some people are going to be watching this a little bit later. So if you have questions now or later, go ahead and drop them into the chat for myself or for the other authors. And while we're waiting for that, I would love for you guys to drop your social handles, tell us how we can get in touch with you outside of this live, drop links, whatever you want to leave with the audience. You go ahead. I know we aren't talking about chapter names. It's a suspense thing, but we're going to get to it. So go ahead, you guys, and drop your links. Let me know whoever wants to go first.
So you can find me at SheRisesStudios.com. All across social media, it's at She Rises Studios.
For me, it's Nicole-Curtis.com for my website. And then if you're on Facebook, you can go ahead and just look up Nicole Curtis Powerhouse and you'll find me.
Awesome.
I actually don't know my Facebook link, so I don't know. It's Jamie Boo.
We'll tag you. You'll be tagged. Don't worry. I'll tag you, and you can click on Jamie's information in the show notes. And also I'll tag you in the description so they can get in contact with you.
Sorry, I'm still learning.
It's completely okay. It's okay.
They can also find her over at She Rises Studios as well.
You can find me through Hannah then.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, you guys know how to find me, isimplyShe.com, and Simply She on all the social media, isimplyShe on Facebook, and I_simply_she on Instagram. So I think now is the time. It's the time to reveal those chapter names. So who wants to go first?
Nicole. Just kidding.
No,
not really. Go, Nicole.
So my chapter title is called Choose and Decide.
Awesome.
My chapter title is Infinitely Resilient.
And that you are.
Thanks, Hannah.
My chapter is called Living a Life Without Limits.
I love it.
Awesome.
Yes. Because that is you, Hannah.
And what's yours, Crystal?
Mine is She Wasn't Afraid of the Fire. She Was the Fire.
Nice.
Oh my God. Love it.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm a fire sign, so the fire definitely
so am I.
Had to be in there. Yay!
That's awesome.
I'm like just super excited to work with this group of women. And is there anything else, any last remarks you guys want to impart to the listeners of the Simply She podcast?
I just want to say thank you to you for orchestrating this and for having us be a part of your podcast, and just for being such an amazing woman and an example to the rest of us. And I hope that every woman that picks this book up is just not going to want to put it down.
Absolutely.
Yes, thank you for this opportunity.
Yes, thank you, Crystal. You're awesome.
You're welcome. Thanks, ladies. For more information, guys, on how you can connect and contact our lovely authors, you can visit the show notes for this episode. This is episode 63. You can access the show notes at isimplyShe.com/podcast. Again, that's isimplyShe.com/podcast. And if you'd like to join a collective of women dedicated to being empowered and becoming the best version of themselves, you can join the She Army Facebook community. And the link to join is also in the show notes for this episode. So, guys, I hope you found what we shared to be helpful today. And remember, you too can conquer if you slay hard every day. Thanks so much, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.